Hi, this is Thomas J. Sebourn Photography. In today's video I'm going to show you how I correct these wonky distortions in my panoramic images that I have digitally stacked with the Photo Merge tool in Photoshop. Before we get to the meat of the correction, I'm just going to level out my horizon as much as possible, just because it's quick and easy to do it with the crop tool. So I'm going to go hit OK. And now we're going to get to the meaty correction. So we're going to go to the new filter found in Photoshop CS6 called the Adaptive Wide Angle filter. I'm going to click OK, and it's going to take us into this new screen where we can set some constraints, which basically telling Photoshop what should be in a straight line. So immediately I'm looking, and it definitely gets a little wonky here. That should be straight. So what we'll do is we'll go to the beginning of where the line should be, and then nice and slowly take it all the way to the end, and hopefully Photoshop will follow that curve. We'll curve our line. Whoops, hit the wrong button. Control Z. We didn't want to do that. If you hold down the Shift key, it'll make it so that line is the horizon line, which we should probably do with this little one. So we're going to go there to there, straighten that out, go over to the other big horizon, hold down the Shift key, go from edge to edge, hit that one. We're still going to have a little bit of curve under the pier, so let's go ahead and correct that one. You can use your loop tool up on the upper right corner here to get as close as you can to where the lines need to be. So there we go. That should pretty much give us a nice straight horizon. It's not quite perfect over here because I didn't put the line in just the right place. So now we can tell it to correct the other curves. So let's go up here. Without hitting the Shift tool, we get a nice kind of bluish green, maybe an indigo color if you will. So we'll tell that needs to be a straight line. We're going to come over here and tell Photoshop that this needs to be a straight line. You can see here that this is a real, I think something that really takes away from this image was this curve on the ceiling portion of the pier. So we'll tell that needs to be a straight line. And I think that makes a real big difference, just fixing that right there. You can see that these pylons are a little bowed too, so let's go ahead and fix that. It's really easy to kind of go overboard in fixing all this stuff, because you start to notice every little distortion and every little imperfection in your lens, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but you could spend a lot of time in here changing all this stuff around so it's just perfect, which is okay. I'm kind of a perfectionist. The only concern I'm having right now is if you start to look at the angle here versus how the pier kind of on the vanishing point. I wonder if that's even curved. That's going to be really tough to correct, just because the perspective isn't quite there. Let me see what happens when I do this. Oh, don't hit Shift. Shift's bad. That's much better, actually. Okay, I don't think it's quite perfect, but oh well, it's always good if you make one correction to one side to do it to the mirroring part on the other side of the image. So there you go. I think that's going to be good enough, so we're going to hit OK. And it'll run all our constraints. I'm still going to crop this down just because I didn't center this image quite right. And we have some clear pixels. So let's get below those little guardrails there, and then just move our crop over so we have a nice symmetrical image. Which, you know, you like to use the rule of thirds grid to kind of make sure that your places here are kind of placed over symmetrical points. I'm just going to move out just a little bit. It's good to have equal distance here to here, here to here, because that's just how it's how good art looks. I don't know why. It probably has something to do with a Brunelleschi or whatever that guy's name was. No, it was Fibonacci, my bad. The Fibonacci sequence. Google it if you don't know what it is. Well, there you go. I'm going to hit OK and crop our image, and now we have a correct panoramic that doesn't look all wonky. Thanks for checking out my video. This is Thomas J. Sebourn Photography. Have a good one.